Welcome back, all you spooky sinners, true crime junkies, and people who lock their doors after listening to our Friday episodes. I'm LD.
I'm Karli.
And I'm Tiffany, and we're the Harlots of Spooktalk.
It's Friday, which means it's time for another chapter in our true crime series where we tell the stories that remind us humanity can sometimes be far scarier than anything paranormal.
Tonight we're heading to Chicago, where a quiet student townhouse became the scene of one of the city's most heartbreaking and shocking murders.
Nothing says I need a vacation quite like realizing the most terrifying thing in the room isn't the ghost, it's another human being.
We'll be discussing the tragic murders of several young student nurses, the investigations that followed, and the events that forever changed countless lives.
This case isn't about urban legends or haunted houses. It's a real tragedy involving real people, and we'll be treating their story with the respect it deserves.
But don't worry, we're still us. So, somewhere between the heartbreak and the horror, we'll probably make fun of ourselves for triple checking every lock in the house before bed.
Honestly, after researching this case, I may or may not have checked mine twice.
Only twice?
Rookie numbers.
Before we begin, let's talk about today's sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Liquor Gummies.
Plans involve celebrating a little too enthusiastically.
Or if you're a friend who always says, one more drink 12 times.
These gummies are designed to help support your body before the morning after regrets kick in.
Use promo code HOST to save 20% off in your order.
Because the only thing that should leave you feeling sick
is hearing how unbelievably awful some criminals can be.
As always, we want to remind everyone that this episode discusses real victims and real events. While we bring our usual humor to the conversation, our goal is always to honor those affected and focus on the facts of the case.
Some details may be difficult to hear, so please, listener discretion is strongly advised.
So, grab your coffee, lock your doors,
turn on a light.
Maybe check that window are actually locked.
And join us as we dive into one of Chicago's most haunting true crime cases, the Chicago student nurses' murders.
Oh, you think you got away? Oh, you think you got away? Harlots of Spooktalk. Harlots of Spooktalk. LD is your witch. Tiff is your investigator. Karli is your dark one. Oh, you think you got away? The candle knows your name. LD is your witch. Tiff is your investigator. Karli is your dark one. Harlots of Spooktalk. Harlots of Spooktalk.
Viewer discretion advised. This episode contains strong language, adult themes, potentially frightening content. Listener discretion is strongly advised. All content is for entertainment purposes only. Any true crime or historic information discussed is publicly available online.
Today, the term mass murder is often associated with mass shootings. So that's when a gunman unalives multiple people in one location. However, this term is pretty new, quote unquote. So in 1966, no one knew what a mass murderer meant until Richard Speck became the face of a heinous crime, or a heinous term. I don't know why I said crime. Sorry. So the Chicago nurse murders remain one of the most abhorrent. Like, it's just a horrible crime. It's just one of the worst crimes committed within Windy City's borders. So while the murderers were held accountable, a leaked video in 30 years after the murders revealed even a darker side to the crime. And if you want to learn more about the Chicago's cold cases, mobster hits, and ghosts of the victims who haven't moved on, book a tour with Windy City Ghosts. You never know what you're going to see at Chicago's most haunted spots. They're not sponsored, but it is a good resource for you to check out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just get into it. In 1966, 24-year-old Richard Speck was a dangerous creep. He had already gone to prison twice for robbery, forgery, and aggravated assault. So on July 13th, 1966, Speck broke into the nurses' dormitory where 9 nurses lived. By the next morning, he had murdered 8 of them. And now, Speck, he grew up in Texas, right? He's the seventh
Aw.
of yeah, he's the seventh of 8 children in a low income family. He gravitated towards crime early on, with his first arrest on July 20. Oh my goodness, I cannot think today. I'm so sorry. It was his first arrest, and he was just 21 years old, and he robbed a grocery store. That's usually how most true crimes start. They always be robbing
Rob the
things.
grocery store
They do,
or the
though.
gas
Like,
station.
Yeah.
It's either the grocery
times are
store or the
hard.
gas station.
Yeah, and then so after serving several years in prison, Speck moved to Chicago in 1966 to live with his sister and brother-in-law. His brother-in-law tried to get Speck on the right path by helping him get jobs as an apprentice seaman. Sadly, his attempts were failed.
Yeah, of course. Ugh, that's even. Yeah, I can't. No words. Um, so these are the events of July 13th, 1966. Speck's evenings started at a bar where he met Ella Mae Hooper. After the S word assaulting and robbing Hooper, Speck fled. Hoping to continue his robbery spree, Speck pried open a screen on the back door of an apartment building on 100th Street. Inside, Speck surprised six nursing students who lived in the building together. Holding up a pew, Speck ordered the young women to sit down and use bed sheets to gag them and tie their hands and feet together. Oh my goodness. Speck would later reveal that one of the women, Pam Wilk, I'm sorry, Wilk, I can't do it, so he spat on her face. Oh no, she spat on his face, excuse me, when he was binding her. Go girl. Saying that she would pick his face in a lineup. This girl is yeah. Speck then dragged her into a bedroom and, stabbed her through the heart with the knife he had brought with him. That's sad. After returning to the group of women, the final roommates, Mary Ann Jordan and Susan Ferris, returned home from dates. They surprised Speck and tried to overpower him to save themselves and their friends. Speck stabbed Ferris 18 times. and Jordan 5 times, killing them both. Okay, so why would you do 18 on one and 5 on the other? I mean, what what's your thinking? Why just not once? I don't know. After what?
Oh. Blah. Like why okay, go ahead. Blah, blah.
Okay, so after he did killed the 3 of the women, Speck decided he didn't want any witnesses, so he began to move each of the women one by one to a separate room. Here, he either stabbed or strangled them. In all the chaos, Speck didn't get a good count of how many women he had tied up. So when one of the bound nursing students, I can't say that name, I'm sorry, she managed to get up and hide under a bed, Speck didn't notice. So this nurse stayed under the bed for several hours until Speck seemingly satisfied with his rampage, left around 3:30 a.m. That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy. The manhunt for Speck. Soon police were swarming around the nursing dormitory, despite the experience she had just endured. She provided a detailed description of Speck for the police sketch artist. When the news of the crime spread, the police got a tip from a gas station attendant the next morning who said a suspicious man had stopped in a few hours before and asked to leave a few suitcases there for the night. He mentioned he was a seaman. The detective followed this lead to the seaman, which means Navy's officers
I know. I'm
in
sorry.
this,
That's why I
I know,
laughed.
hiring hall that was just across from the crime scene. After showing the worker the sketch, the employees recognized Speck and gave his name to the police. The police quickly realized Speck had a record, so they had his fingerprints sent to Chicago and matched them to the prints found in the nurse's apartment. All the while, Speck was lying low, staying at a hotel under a fake name until he could hop on a train out of town. However, by Friday, his name and his face was released to every news outlet in Chicago. He knew he wouldn't be able to escape, so Speck cut his wrist in his hotel bathroom. Speck was seemingly discovered by hotel hospital. Here, a doctor recognized one of his tattoos from the wanted poster and contacted police. Speck was arrested immediately. Wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
In April 1967, Speck stood trial for the murders of 8 women. The names, I'm going to just do the first names: Pamela, Suzanne, Marianne, Gloria, Patricia, Nina Jo, Marletta, I'm sorry if I butchered that, and Valentina. They were all between the ages of 21 and 23 and were a month away from graduating nursing school. Speck claimed he had no memory of the night of July 13th due to a mix of alcohol and drugs he had taken. However, the evidence against him was substantial. The one that survived in the bed was put in protective custody. Since the murder, she was a star witness, looking Speck in his eye as she identified him. The jury convened for only 45 minutes before it found Speck guilty. His sentence, death by the electric chair.
Oh, yeah. So before Speck was executed, the death penalty was found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. So Speck's sentencing was changed to 400 to 1,200 years in prison. It's a little extensive, man. While Speck petitioned for parole many times, he was always denied. Almost 30 years after the murders, Speck made headlines once again when a video was leaked. In the footage, Speck was seen having intercourse with other inmates and speaking openly to an inmate about the schmurders. Though he had always claimed to not remember, quote unquote, the events of the night in question, Speck openly admitted to killing the women and explaining how strong you have to be to strangle someone. Speck died in 1991 in prison from what we believed to be a heart attack. I'm not even sorry he died.
No. Chicago's has several ties to ruthless killers, from Richard Speck to America's first serial killer, H. Holmes. Yet the criminal dealings with the Chicago go far deeper than murderers. So throughout the decades, the city had witnessed many tragedies, from the Great Fire to gangster shootouts to government corruption. Some of those caught up in the crossfire have decided to stick around long after the death. So now, Chicago is home to some of the most haunted locations in all of the Midwest, from the Al Capone's favorite bar to the theater where bank robbers John Dillinger was killed. If you want to learn more about Chicago's most crazy criminals and see where their spirits still remain, again, you can book a tour with Windy City Ghosts. And they have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and a blog. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this tragedy. I hope you don't enjoy it, but sad. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or you have something to say, put it in the comments below. This is our Friday true crime episode. Thanks for watching and stay spooky.
And remember, blessed be.
Okay, bye.
Bye.